Alright guys, welcome to episode 2 of The Nerd is the Word. I'm Josh.
I'm Jeff.
And we got a great amount of topics to cover for you guys today. Now, how you doing, man?
Tired, as usual, but we're here.
We are here.
We're here, we're getting done. We got some more Mando, episode 3 coming at you. We got some Fantastic Four stuff to talk about, and some Justice League. What have you been watching since last week?
You mean other than all the Marvel movies? No, I was, Serena was at work the other day and I watched Thor Ragnarok, rewatched it, and I noticed something very interesting.
Do tell.
You saw it, obviously, You're a Marvel head. You get to the mid-credit scene with, well, I know you did, but if you get to that part when Thor and Loki are on the ship and they're talking about, oh, I love you, brother. And fucking Thanos' ship comes in. Mm-hmm. Did you ever look at Loki's face?
He looks scared.
Oh, he hit...
Because he's the only one that recognized what it was.
Tom Hiddleston is already kind of, ghostly pale. I didn't think they could get to liquid paper white. I think he knew what was up. I mean, I know he recognized Thanos' ship, but I'm pretty sure he knew what the hell was going on.
Yeah, because, if he shows up, it's going to be for some... Because he never left. The only time he ever left to go somewhere was whenever he went to go destroy something.
Yeah, I mean... I don't know. I thought that was interesting. I never picked that up until this recent rewatch. Where, they're all smiling and Loki's just like, oh, shit. And then it's like, oh, okay, well... Remember when Marvel took your happiness away? It was in that moment.
No, that was at the end of Infinity War.
That is true. I did cry.
No post-credit scene, no nothing, just sadness.
Yeah. And then the Endgame was the one no post-credit scene. Infinity War had the Captain Marvel coming in. No, yeah, had Captain Marvel coming in and had Marvel's almost their first motherfucker from Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, that's a classic moment right there.
But I've been watching. We were watching all the Marvel movies. What else have I been watching? That's mainly it. Just spamming some Marvel.
Yeah, I've caught up on Mando. I haven't really had time to watch anything else, really. Just random videos on YouTube as per usual.
As per usual. Well, let's go ahead and get into Mando, because I want to know your thoughts on that. Bo-Katan.
So me having not seen, Clone Wars and Rebels, it wasn't as big of a, oh my god, there she is kind of moment, as I'm sure you had.
Oh, yeah, I did have
all of that. But I had to, go look her up and see, what she was all about, and...
I thought it was interesting, because we knew we were going to get Ahsoka. We knew we were going to get Boba Fett. They said absolutely nothing about Bo-Katan. And that is... And she had, half an episode?
Yeah.
To a full... I mean, I'm shocked they didn't tell her and keep Ahsoka or Boba under wraps. They couldn't have kept Boba because of the first episode. But Ahsoka, I'd have kept Ahsoka under wraps. And hey, Bo-Katan's going to be in this season, and then when she says Ahsoka, it's more of a, what the hell? I mean...
I thought that the actress that they got to play her was spot on, too.
Very spot on. I still like, I can't remember what her name was. Some chick on Twitter who is all pop culture and stuff. She's like, Mandalorians have boob armor? Really? Yeah,
they have boobs.
Yeah, they're people. I mean, And
then getting Sasha Banks to play one of the other members of her little group there, that was kind of cool.
I can't wait for Friday. I want to see Ahsoka. I think Friday is when we get Ahsoka.
Maybe at the end. I don't feel like they're going to actually meet until... Because, you're going to have, a big mid-season kind of...
Yeah, true.
Cliffhanger type thing before you actually meet, I would say.
I mean, yeah, true. And if they're holding true to last season, it's going to be about eight episodes, I think. So, this would be what, episode 4?
Yeah.
they'll hit the mid-season with, oh, hey, here's Ahsoka, and you're just left crapping your pants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down for it, though.
It was funny. I was watching I did watch the latest Fat Man last night, and the girl who plays Bo-Katan actually hosted one of the Black Man Beyonds with Mark. Didn't even tell him. She knew the whole time.
Well, it's kind of like...
Didn't even tell him.
Well, it's kind of like you talking about Reboot, when they had Robert Kirkman, the Walking Dead guy, on there. Because he was in one of the, like, end credit things.
Oh, okay.
But Kev was talking about, he saw him on there. He's like, when are you going to end that Walking Dead comic? And he's like, no time soon. And, like, half a month later, Walking Dead's done. I mean, hell, now that show's wrapping up after, 75 years of being on TV.
Yeah, my one of my friends is up there working on it right now. He's doing the grip work for it.
It's not bad.
That was his first thing back from all of the COVID shutdowns that happened. His first job back was The Walking Dead.
Yeah. I mean, I never thought I'd see the day when Supernatural ended, but unfortunately, it is.
I thought for sure we were gonna have like Supernatural season 60, like they were gonna be old.
Oh,
they were gonna look like their dad did in season 1, and they were still gonna be out there fighting the same people. Gonna be Crowley.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I wish they would have done that, because I love my boys.
But hey, now we get him in The Boys.
I know, right?
We get Jensen Ackles to switching over shows.
Oh yeah, and I think he's playing. I think Soldier Boy is gay. I'm not 100% sure. I think he was in the comics. I don't remember much of the comics for The Boys, but it'd be really interesting to see him go from Dean, who's kind of macho. I mean, you can obviously make jokes and all that, but he's tough guy, and then he goes from that to a gay superhero. That'd be very interesting to see. I mean, hell, you got the dude that played Sam going to be Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yeah, Jared Padalecki.
And
that honestly to me is more exciting than Jensen Ackles coming to play in The Boys.
Yeah, I honestly think that they should have.
As long as they bring back Chuck Norris for something,
they have to.
I mean, at least let him pass the guard in like episode 1.
Let
us see Chuck Norris in a cowboy hat kicking somebody 30 feet in the air. Doing something.
They have to put Chuck Norris in there. You can't look. It's kind of like making a Rocky movie without Sly. Sly made Rocky. He wrote Rocky. You don't look at Rocky and go, "Oh, hey, it's anybody." No. I think that's part of the reason why he was in the Creed movies. But you're going to get Chuck Norris in it a little bit. Now, what will be interesting is if it's Chuck Norris' son.
Ooh, that would be good.
Oh, that would be so great. And
I think Jared could pull that off.
You get Chuck Norris in a lot more episodes as the
father
going to him for advice. How did you do this? Well, this is how I did it.
That would be. Yeah,
I once got bit by a rattlesnake, and after 5 days of excruciating pain, the rattlesnake died.
Yeah.
I mean.
Oh man, Chuck Norris jokes, gotta love him.
But that would be very interesting to see. But no, I mean, I don't know. When you have a show that's on for so long and it ends as abruptly as because Walking Dead, they didn't really have a 2 years ago. They're like, okay, after season I think 11, we're done. It's kind of like before they even started shooting season 11. It's like, oh yeah, BT Dubs. I mean, at least Supernatural told us in like season 13 or 14 that hey, we're done after season 16. I think
it's kind of like what they did with Lost. It just gives them a chance to like land the plane on the whole show and bring
I see what you did there.
It gives them a chance to just kind of like wrap everything up that they need, as opposed to just trying to figure out ways to keep it going.
And I mean,
you get to bring all the character arcs full circle to wherever you want them to go.
I do think that them ending both Walking Dead and Supernatural, I think it's right. As much as I love Supernatural, I'm glad that they're ending it before it got to that like dumb point where it's like, now we're just doing the show because it's it's what's giving them ratings.
Yeah.
There's no longer a story.
It's kind of like what they did with Arrow, where they finally ended that after, what was it, 7 seasons?
I think it was 8.
8?
And, I mean, hell,
Well,
Arrow was great.
the last season was only like, what, 6 episodes?
Something like that.
Because it really just kind of culminated in the... in the crisis event, yeah. Like, that was where their season really ended, was there. So it was only like a half season, if that.
Yeah, but he also was in most of Flash, most of, like, Legends of Tomorrow and all that. I mean, he was in a lot of those shows, so it kind of made up for all the episodes that they didn't get to make.
I was say we'll have to do an episode on just those Berlanti shows.
Oh, those Berlanti shows are something great, man. I think the Powerpuff Girls show that CW is doing is going to be a Berlanti show.
Oh, good.
And
I trust him with that.
Oh, I will watch the hell out of that show. The Powerpuff Girls? That's my childhood right there. And did you hear what they're talking about it being?
Is it going to be live action or is it?
Well, it's going to be live action, but they're in their adult. They're adults.
As long as I get.
As long as I get a live action Mojo Jojo, I'm good.
I just want a him played by Barney Stinson himself.
Oh, that would be so good.
Or Doogie Howser himself.
Oh, that would be so good.
Mr. NPH Neil Patrick Harris as him. Oh, yes, please. That would be, honestly, I think the perfect casting for that.
Oh, that would be amazing.
I couldn't see anyone else being...
Really? No. I don't see a world where we don't get him or Mojo Jojo. Because, I mean, honestly, it's kind of like doing anything Batman without Joker. You eventually get the Joker.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, they did it in Gotham, and their Joker kind of sucked. But he was there, and that's what we appreciate him about.
So what was your favorite part of episode 3 of The Mandalorian? What was your favorite part?
I like Moff Gideon. I didn't expect to see him again this early. That or the like taser cyanide pill.
Very, very not future Nazi-esque.
Yeah, where it was. I don't know. I didn't expect there to be a taser in a dude's mouth, but once again they did, and I was like, okay, hey, that was kind of cool. But I don't know. I did enjoy them bringing some Clone Wars and Rebels into it, which I knew they were going to do that with Ahsoka. But I like that now those shows are kind of more canon. You know?
It brings those into the canon, and I know I've seen in some of the Facebook groups that we're in, a lot of people are like, oh, well, now that it's in The Mandalorian, now I gotta go watch it.
Yeah.
And people are finally going and watching it since it's all on Disney+.
And I think that was smart on Disney's part, because if you don't include those characters, you really don't have to watch it. It's kind of like,
I feel like it's something I have to go watch now, seeing as how I also have not watched it.
And Clone Wars was amazing. And Rebels was amazing. But it really does help boost a lot of their shows' ratings. Mm-hmm. I think after that episode, you're going to get a whole bunch of people going back and watching Clone Wars and Rebels just to understand who the hell Bo-Katan is and who Ahsoka is. Yeah. I mean, hell, I might go back and rewatch it.
And it also gives some, look at what the future of the Mandalorian itself looks like, because they were talking about going and taking back the homeland. Mm-hmm. So now that gives you a future to go with the show, because that's something that really we've never known, other than, well, he's going to have the child with him. But
I mean, the only thing we knew about the future of the show was
that we were getting another season.
Well, that, and now he's got to take the child to its kind. I mean, and I'm pretty sure everyone assumed that once Mando drops Baby Yoda off, it's done. But now they're going back to Mandalore, it sounds like. Mm-hmm. I mean,
because Bo-Katan is still on her quest to get the
Darksaber.
To get the Darksaber from Moff Gideon, so that way she can, because she has to have it, she said, to reclaim her title as Mandalore the Great or whatever.
And I thought they were going to talk about the Siege of Mandalore. And I can't remember if they did in season 1 or not.
I
think they mentioned it.
Moff Gideon mentioned it, and he mentioned it in that last little standoff when they were in the bar.
Yeah, and he was kind of just
and he was
standing
outside.
out there.
Yeah, he mentioned it then, but that was about it.
I'm telling you, man, now that they've officially said Ahsoka, I don't see a universe where we don't get a darksaber and lightsaber battle.
I would love to see it.
Oh, like I said last week, I will geek all over the living room. We will have to bring in a cleaning crew to clean my living room. I mean, they have great things on the horizon, and I cannot wait to see them. Because, man, it's going to be good. I can't wait for that Obi-Wan show.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I can't wait for. I love Mando all day long. But getting, Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan for a TV show? Oh.
Hello there.
Hello there. All day long I'll watch that show.
Absolutely.
But no, you texted me the other day. You told me you were sitting on something. And I've been waiting a week to hear what you've been sitting on.
All right, well, I guess that brings us to our Fantastic Four news.
Yes, it does.
So, we know that... we don't necessarily know, but we pretty much know that they're going to be doing the House of M storyline.
It's implied.
For WandaVision. And so, in that, she's going to eventually, lose her mind.
Right.
And just create the multiverse.
Right.
So something that big would have a lot of, cosmic level energy.
Okay.
And so what if there were 5 scientists out in space when Wanda finally snaps, and Wanda is actually the person that creates the Fantastic Four?
I need a mic. Because I dropped that shit. I love it. I fuck with it.
Because
I like that.
That would give you that cosmic level energy of wave that just comes out of nowhere that they never saw coming, and if she's got the power to create a multiverse, which most likely is going to contain...
She can easily create Fantastic.
Yeah, which is going to contain mutants anyways, because I feel like that's the way that they're going to backdoor mutants in without having to explain where they've been for the last 10 years. Because it would be something as similar as Flashpoint, where even though he goes back and he fixes the timeline to restore it, but still some things from the other timeline made it in. So when you create the multiverse, I feel like the Doctor Strange movie is going to be them trying to put it back together.
Yeah.
And when they put it back together, some of the old stuff is going to stay.
Obviously, and which you can backdoor mutants, and you can also backdoor Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool. And you don't have to explain how they got there, because you just say, this. I love it. That was very well worth the wait. Man, I hope they do that.
Someone call Kevin Feige right now.
Call Kevin Feige right now. Babe, look up the number. We're going to call him. We're going to hit him with that knowledge. Okay.
And to me, it would just be the perfect way to introduce everything, and then you don't have to explain where it came from. Because it was in a different timeline that didn't exist until Wanda made it.
That is amazing. I love every bit of that. Who do you cast? For you, who is your, Reed Richards, Human Torch? Who are you putting as the Fantastic Four?
So for me, one of my favorite castings that I've seen all along has been John Krasinski as Reed Richards.
I have a rendition of that, but...
And going with the fact that him and the Invisible Woman are married in the comics...
Don't say it. I know what you're about to say.
You cast his wife, Emily Blunt. She's a good enough actress.
She is a great actress.
She can pull it off.
She is a great actress. I have seen that, and I'm I don't see why they wouldn't do that. I like that.
She acted with him in A Quiet Place, didn't she? Yeah.
I know she did. I never watched that.
So they've done it before, where they've worked together and played like a couple.
Right, and I mean, I think it'll work. I do enjoy that. My casting is different, but I want to see where you're going with this.
So for my Human Torch, this is one that took me a painfully long time to figure out who I wanted. Mm-hmm. But I kind of love who I ended up on.
Okay.
Zack Efron.
Ooh.
They've been looking to get him into the MCU for a long time.
They have, and I did hear, and I heard this after Guardians 2, and I know it's not official. I heard they were talking to him about playing Adam Warlock.
Yeah, I heard that too, but to me, honestly,
I do like that though.
Him
as the Human Torch, that would be really interesting.
Because he definitely has the acting chops to play it. He can play both sides of the Human Torch, where he's like a cocky a-hole at the start, but he kind of grows into somebody even better, like as just a better person overall.
Yeah.
And then for the Thing, I have Ron Perlman. Hellboy himself.
Why did I not think of that? That is good.
Somebody who's...
Oh, that is so good.
Somebody who's played somebody in big time, like, prosthetics and still been able to show emotion and acting skill.
I want to take my Thing back now. I mean, I'm not going to, because now I don't like who I cast as much.
I labored over that one as well. Like, some of the other possibles that I had was maybe somebody like John Cena or The Rock. Like, getting one of those WWE guys that's just actually large.
Yeah.
But can still act. But I figured that The Rock was still kind of... He would still be kind of held up in his role as...
Black Adam,
as Black Adam. And John Cena's going to be in the new Suicide Squad movie. So he's kind of in the DC side. And then I thought, what about Hellboy?
That's good. Oh, that's good.
And then for Doctor Doom, Michael Fassbender.
I think you're gonna like my Doctor Doom, though. I think you are.
As long as it's not Viggo Mortensen, he's too old.
Nope.
Viggo Mortensen, like 10 years ago, would have been absolutely perfect.
Amazing. If Viggo Mortensen around the time of Lord of the Rings, amazing.
Like, if he would have been the original Doctor Doom from the Fantastic Four movies.
With Chris Evans?
With Chris Evans, Jessica Alba, like all those. That would have been amazing. That would have fit the timeline. I didn't like just too old.
I didn't like the dude from Nip Tuck being Doctor Doom. But no, let me hit you with mine. Now mine sounds kind of horrible and I hate it, but I wrote it down, so damn it, I'm going to do it. For my Reed Richards, you got to have someone smart, right?
Yeah.
Not only you have to have someone smart, well, actor really doesn't have to be smart. He just has to sound smart.
Yeah.
Spencer Reed from Criminal Minds. Have him bulk up a little bit, but that dude could spout out some knowledge crap, some science crap, and you'd sit there and go, that's 100%. Flux capacitors? Yes, that's true. I read that in a science book somewhere. Him as Reed Richards. Hilary Duff as the Invisible Woman.
That's wild. But
haven't seen her in anything in so long. Well, I mean, she was in I think The Haunting of Sharon Tate or whatever. About the Manson thing.
Okay.
But she hasn't lost her mind.
No.
So she'd do good. My Human Torch was Krasinski.
To me, like, the Human Torch was always just like some younger. Like, he always, to me, felt like he needed to be somebody younger. And to me, Krasinski's just too old to play somebody younger at this point.
And my Thing, I was thinking Danny McBride would do good. Because I've seen Danny McBride do both serious roles and comedic roles. Did you ever see Alien Covenant?
I have not. Is that the newest one?
Yes,
that had like
was
Keegan Thompson in it too. Yeah, I hadn't seen that one yet.
He was very good in that, and he was funny, but he was also very serious. I'm thinking you put Danny McBride there because he does not have to be good looking.
He's the thing. Like
once
he becomes
rocks.
the thing, like it doesn't matter what he looks like. He's a voice.
But if you get a good enough actor, I think Danny McBride would do very well. And my Doctor Doom, Homelander.
I mean, I could kind of see it.
Have Homelander play Doctor Doom.
It wouldn't be the worst thing, but I think he just looks too, like, non-Eastern European.
But he also has to be pretty. And Homelander, he's easy to look at. He's a good-looking guy. You have to be a good-looking guy. And I've seen how he acts as Homelander. He acts knuckin' futs.
Have you seen Michael Fassbender?
Yeah, as Magneto? I think they need to keep Michael Fassbender as Magneto.
I think they're going to probably just recast all the X-Men. I feel like some of them are going to... I feel like some of them are going to, like, cross over, but I just don't feel like they're going to keep everybody.
It hurt. I think Michael Fassbender has been the best Magneto. Ian McKellen, very good. Don't get me wrong. But he was also 108 when he did Magneto. Michael Fassbender was very, very good as Magneto.
And that's honestly what makes me think he'd be that good as Dr. Doom.
Oh, he'd do very well as Dr. Doom.
And
I never thought about that.
One of the things that you got to think about with Dr. Doom is not just his interactions with Fantastic Four, but Dr. Doom is like that dude. Yeah. Like he ends up being strong enough to like take on Thanos himself by himself.
He ripped Thanos' spine out.
So like you got to have somebody that not only can portray like the level of just like intimacy interaction with like the Fantastic Four, being that they're created together, but you have to have somebody that can absolutely just play somebody who's a god.
That is true.
And Michael Fassbender as Magneto could play a god.
He did very well as Magneto, which was something I wasn't expecting. Because Michael Fassbender, I was not ever really a big Fassbender fan until he played Magneto. But I still think one of the funniest parts in his X-Men movies, I think it was in First Class, when they're going recruiting, and they come up to Wolverine, and it's Hugh Jackman, and they say their names, and Logan's just like, go fuck yourself. And they just like, okay, and they just walk off. That was the funniest part of that movie. But no, Michael Fassbender, I do like that.
I was about to say, honestly, if I saw my Fantastic Four on the screen,
I feel like we should get paid. I feel like we should get paid for that.
I'll try and email Disney, see if they respond.
Because like, hey, we called this like 2 months ago, man.
Yeah, and we planned it a year ago, so you don't get nothing. Okay,
exactly right. But I would like to see Homelander as Dr. Doom, though.
I thought about him for the Human Torch because he kind of fits that character mold.
He does, but I don't know. Dr. Doom, he's smart, but he's also like he's crazy. And he plays Homelander crazy very well. I just like in season 1 with the plane, and it's all gonna be okay. They're all gonna die. I mean, it's like I saw a picture on Facebook the other day, and it had Superman's like, Bruce, why don't you trust me? And it was the Will Smith like pose look, and it had Homelander. I mean,
to be fair, that's exactly what that is.
That's 100% what
Homelander is Batman's Superman's worst nightmare.
Homelander is realistic Superman.
Yeah.
Let's be quite honest here. Oh, but no, speaking of Superman,
have you finished The Boys yet?
I have not finished season 2 yet.
I think we should. How many episodes you got left?
How many episodes are there?
It was 8 last time. It's the same as it was last season.
I have 8 episodes left. I have not seen season 2 yet.
I think we should put that on the books for next week.
I think we should. which means I gotta spend my weekend watching The Boys.
Yes.
Which I am not going to complain about.
No, you don't have to wait every week like I did.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason why I waited. Also, was because with last season of Mando, it was. I don't think I watched every episode the week they dropped, because there were a couple episodes where you asked me about it, and I was like, no, I haven't watched it yet. This season, we're doing very well with. The second it's Mando Friday, I get off work, I come home, and we watch Mando. I mean, we went over to my dad's one Friday night. We came back at like 2:30, and Serena's like, I'm getting tired, I'm going to go to sleep. I was like, no the hell you ain't, we're watching Mando. And she just glared a look of hate, and I was like, sit down, watch Mando with me. I mean...
Yeah, Gianna's... she's gotten off work early. Then, like on every Friday, she's been getting off at like 11:30. So she'll come home from work around the time I'm waking up, and then we'll watch it before work. So I usually get to see it I'll see it every Friday when it comes out. That's about the only thing that we have that, like, we watch it like instantly.
We usually, if me and her are both off on a Friday, which now that's never going to happen again. But if we both are, then we might watch it midday. But as of right now, it's more of, with my new job, I work till 11 straight. So I get off work. If we don't go over to my dad's, we're watching Mandalorian. And man, is that show something great.
Yeah, it is.
But no, we were talking about Superman. Did you watch the Snyder Cut trailer? The quote-unquote new trailer, which is like exactly the same one they released at Fandom with maybe 10 seconds of extra footage.
Yeah. It was not very new.
It really wasn't, and I read something the other day where they're talking about Margot Robbie's not coming back as Harley Quinn
That'd be a shame. Because I absolutely, as long as she gets to still play Harley, I'll be fine with that.
Oh, but apparently she's not coming back for the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, as long as she gets to play Harley, like that, I thought she did.
Oh, she did an amazing job.
Excellent job.
She did a good Harley Quinn, but also
living up to not only what the animated series put out for her, but like the comic sense. Mm-hmm. Like she lived up to that.
What gets me though is the only other person she had to look up to, or to be compared to, was Tara Strong. No, was it Tara Strong, I think, who voiced her?
Yeah. Who
voiced her in the cartoon. And other than that, I don't think there has been a live-action Harley.
No.
And now we get this Harley Quinn, who, she's very good, don't get me wrong. She's a great actress. Her Harley Quinn is very good. I think she goes a little overboard sometimes.
I mean, so does Harley, though.
Exactly.
That's the character.
But no, I read something the other day where it was talking about Harley not coming back for the Snyder Cut, or it said she's no longer coming back. And it kind of felt like a setup. Like if you click on the article, it was, she's no longer coming back because she's already filmed her parts. It's like, yeah, well, no shit, she's not coming back. I mean, what do you want her to do? Just sit over in the back and just wave? But
I mean, honestly, yeah, that'd be hilarious.
But if they said in the Snyder Cut we're gonna see like the Robin get killed, I don't know why she wouldn't be in there though, because in Suicide Squad, when they did the whole lineup, with Harley Quinn, the whole like file thing, it said accomplice to the murder of Robin. And if Leto is coming back, unfortunately, for Joker, and he's doing the Robin death, why isn't she?
Well, I would feel like maybe it gives him another opportunity to do what I've always wanted with that character.
Yes, and I love every second. I know exactly what you're going to say, and I love every second of it. Because
I still think the two easy words to fix that whole Joker is just to say that he's Jason Todd.
And that would be very cool. And I thought that's who it was originally, because when they released the first photos of Joker for Suicide Squad, he had the J tattooed on the side of his face.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Arkham Knight game, the Batman Arkham Knight,
Mm-hmm.
they showed the torture and murder of Jason Todd, and Joker branded a J on his face. And I always thought that was going to be a throwback. They were going to say it was Jason. And it was like, you didn't notice the little Easter egg? They had the J on his face. It's like, I mean, I noticed it, but you never did it. That's the problem.
Yeah, I think it would. It gives you that chance to maybe revisit that, and I think that would be awesome to see.
Mm-hmm. But apparently,
it would give more meaning to like why, because otherwise, like Jared Leto's Joker just doesn't. It doesn't fit with like the age timeline as Ben Affleck Batman. Like it doesn't.
He looks like he's in his 20s.
Yeah, like it doesn't fit anything.
And I think in Batman vs Superman they said that he was active. That Batman has been active for 10 years or something like that. I think 8-10 years, something like that. They had a number where it was like, okay, that makes sense. Look at Affleck. It adds up. And Leto looked like he was in his 20s. That would put him at like 12. He's 12 years old. If they're doing the age, I don't know. I didn't like Leto's Joker that much. I thought his laugh was pretty good, and the voice was good. Because, I mean, that's what the Joker sounds like. I did not dig the grill, and I did not dig the face tattoos. Other than that, the suits and all that, I would love to see a traditional Joker costume. Don't get me wrong.
I was about to say, put him in like a 3-piece purple suit.
Yeah, but I did like those suits from Suicide Squad, and I did like the car.
Yeah.
But I did not like the grill, and I did not like the face tattoos.
Yeah, there were some stuff that I just didn't find appealing at all. But I mean, like I said, if you say he's Jason Todd, like it fixes everything.
It really does.
It explains why he's not act like the Joker, because he's not the Joker. He's somebody that's been
pretending.
corrupted. Yeah,
I mean, and it's kind of like, honestly, it's kind of like what they did to Tim in Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
With the, him as an adult and all that. Which, if they did that, honestly, I think it would do that character justice. Because that Joker, man, it was not good. It really was not good at all. I did, though, like, I think I sent you the picture of the Snyder Cut poster. And it's got Joker writing in blood, I'm back. It's like, okay, we get it, jackass. Apparently, though, Leto wants his Joker and Joaquin Phoenix Joker to fight. Which, I'm sorry, Joaquin...
We don't need a Joker verse. Let's not...
We do. No Joker verse. I'm good with that. But, I mean...
And it would make sense... Like, it would explain why, like, Ben Affleck's Batman still has that Robin suit. It's like, it's got all the writing on it. Because... It's not just that he took Robin away, it's that he turned him into something that he absolutely despises.
And I mean,
but as much as he despises him, Batman's never going to do anything to him because he knows who it really is.
Yeah,
and that is even more emotional on Batman than if he just killed him.
Yeah. And I do like, that is a very good point. I think the reason why he's keeping the suit, honestly, is just like the comics. I mean, if you look at The Dark Knight Returns, the book from the 90s, in that storyline, Batman quit after Joker killed Robin. Mm-hmm. Like, Joker killed Robin, and Batman was like, okay, I'm done, and just hung up the cape and cowl. I think that's kind of like a memento of, like, why he's not bringing anyone else in, is he keeps the suit, like, okay, Jason died? Nope, not doing it. And, I mean, if they do it because Jason is the Joker, I would like that a lot. But that does kill the future in which we have the Red Hood. And Joshy likes his Red Hood. He likes his Red Hood a lot. That's part of the reason why Titans has pissed me off. The Teen Titans TV show on HBO.
Oh, the live action.
Yeah, they're talking about, they're bringing Red Hood in, and they never killed Jason Todd. And this is just from what I've heard. I haven't seen much of the second season. But apparently Jason's just pissed at the Teen Titans and comes in as the Red Hood, which angers me more than anyone can ever understand. Because you don't make the Red Hood without killing Jason Todd. I'm sorry. You really don't. Not the Red Hood they're doing.
So what exactly... I don't know the full backstory for the Red Hood. What...
It's basically... Joker kills Robin, right?
Yeah.
Okay. In some aspects of it, Robin comes back from the dead because... I think Superman or Superboy were fighting Darkseid or something. There was... someone was fighting and they punched... a timeline or something like that, and it woke him back. I can't remember that part 100%, but what I do remember is there was one in which Jay comes back from the dead. He gets trained by Raish and Talia, and then he just loses his mind and goes under the name of the Red Hood. Okay. Because the Red Hood was the same name that Joker went under before he got hit with the chemicals that turned him into Joker.
Okay.
So I don't know why he named himself Red Hood. I think it was kind of like just a mantle. Mm-hmm. But now, I mean, after so long of him doing his thing, killing, all that, now he's part of the Bat family.
Yeah.
But don't screw up Red Hood. That is one thing that will piss Josh off a lot. that also, we were talking about Jensen Ackles earlier. I think they should have gotten him to play Red Hood. Because he voiced him in one of the Batman animated movies. And they showed his costume he did for Halloween. Because for some reason, every Halloween, Jensen Ackles posts his Halloween costumes. Mm-hmm. Which, hey, go ahead and do it. I mean, he did Batman one year, and it was pretty badass. But he did Red Hood one year. I still 100% think if they bring Red Hood into the DC EU, it needs to be Jensen Ackles.
He's a good enough actor to do it.
He's a great actor. I mean, if all he has to do is act like Dean.
Yeah.
And he's all set. He's 100% right there at Red Hood.
One thing that I would love to see him do is just to do, like, the Injustice storyline in, like, a live action.
I mean, we were supposed to get a Legion of Doom movie, and we never got that.
Maybe we get it now that they're rebooting it with the...
I mean, they did say that Joe Manganiello, whatever the hell his name is.
Manganiello?
Yeah. They did say he's come back for Deathstroke.
The D&D master himself.
Yes. They said that he came back as Deathstroke for this movie. So, I don't see why we're not going to get that. I mean, we got Deathstroke in this movie. We have Darkseid. We have Joker. I bet you Eisenberg's coming back for Lex. I mean, they might give us the Injustice, or not? Well, the Injustice League or the Legion of Doom, whichever one they decide.
Yeah, because they it would probably be the Injustice League, because in that little post-credit scene, like, that's one of the things that he says.
A League of Our Own.
A League of Our Own, and so it kind of set up.
What I think is kind of funny, we were talking about, what's his name? The dude that plays Moff Gideon. What's his name?
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah. You know he's Lex Luthor?
In what?
In the Harley Quinn show.
Huh.
And it is so good. It is not something I ever thought would happen, but he does it very well. But no, since we're going to talk about DC, let's go ahead and talk about this Batman movie. What were your thoughts on that trailer? I mean, I know that we watched it at work about 3 times, and when they dropped it, I watched it 7 times. I mean,
it looked really good, but knowing that it was only like 40% completed and they were pulling out of just the first half of what the movie's been filmed, that kind of makes me even more excited going forward. Because if it looks that good already, you still have another half of a movie to film.
Exactly. I heard that apparently Superman's going to be in it. I don't know where. I can't remember where I heard it. I think I read it somewhere, but I think they said that Superman might possibly be in this movie. Which I don't see why they're going to do that. do not put Superman in this movie because he's not needed in this movie.
No, I wouldn't like to see that at all. I'm still. So this is definitely like the Riddler that's in that trailer, right? Like it's
Yes.
just a new take on the Riddler.
Yes, which I like, but I don't know. I'm not sure I dig that costume. I mean, I get for as dark as this movie's going to be, you can't have him in a question mark costume and him be, Jim carrying it up.
I mean, I would still watch it.
Oh, I'd watch the hell out of that. But
just see how many more like one-liners didn't get used in the in the first time he played the Riddler.
I did. I really did.
Don't kill him. He won't learn nothing. He's
Yeah.
dead.
I did enjoy.
Intruder alert! Intruder alert! Shut up! Oh my god, I could watch that movie.
I could watch that movie
forever.
Yes, I could watch that movie until I die. Yes, and I got what you did. I just brushed past it because it was good though. But no,
it's still weird seeing that. What's her name was in it? That played one of Two-Face's.
Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, like Drew Barrymore had like a no-name role just to be in a Batman movie.
Which, hey, I mean it works. But no, I don't know how I feel about this new Riddler. I'm gonna have to wait until I see it. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be amazing.
I feel like we have so little information on it that you can't like really prejudge anything.
I do know that they said Harvey Dent's gonna be in it. I don't know if it's gonna be if he's gonna turn into Two-Face in this movie, or if it's just gonna be
Him
Harvey Dent. Which
Harvey Dent, attorney at law.
I don't mind not seeing Two-Face right now. I would like them to do, we have Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon, which is beautiful.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
That is so good. I think it's okay to do just them.
And you still have who is it that's playing Penguin? Was it?
I think it's Colin Farrell.
Yeah, Colin Farrell is the Penguin, which still wild to me. But
yeah,
we'll see how that goes.
That's a little Hey, that man's a great actor, so he can do anything he wants to. But I really want them to do Harvey Dent, Batman, and Commissioner Gordon working together for this movie. And they said it's going to be a trilogy. So the next movie, it's Two-Face is born, and we're going to get that Two-Face.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are a lot of villains the Batman movies have done over these past few years. But one villain I really wish they'd give a redo so they're done right is Mr. Freeze.
I'd love to see the, was it the video game or was it the animated series that had that?
The storyline?
Yeah, that really well done storyline.
Yeah, the animated series, the original animated series, birthed that storyline. That was their storyline in the beginning was, he was a scientist, his wife had that, I think it was a blood disease, so he froze her until he could find a cure, and which I love that backstory. Because it turns him from just a psychopath who's, I think originally he was robbing for diamonds, I think that's what it was in the original books, but it turned him from someone he's doing it just for the hell of it, to, okay, he has a reason. And they did it very well in the Harley Quinn show.
Mm-hmm.
Which, and spoilers, because this season's been out for like a year, so, that's on you if you haven't watched it yet. They killed Mr. Freeze in that show.
It's kind of sad, but...
They killed him while he was saving his wife. You want to talk about tears? Oh, Serena watched me cry. She watched, and then she judged me. But I really feel like in this Batman universe, they can do it very well. I don't know who they'd get to play him. Honestly, I mean...
I was going to say, well, we can have that for like a future episode.
Oh, yeah. Because I got a couple castings I got to think about for Batman. But I don't know. I think Robert Pattinson was a good choice. I didn't always think that. I thought when they first announced him being Batman, I thought it was stupid. Because I was hung up on him being in Twilight.
He's not the Sparkle Fairy anymore.
And then I remembered he was also in Harry Potter. And he was in The Lighthouse. And he was in Good Time. I think that's the name of the movie. He's been in a lot of good movies. The dude's a very well-rounded actor. You can't hate on him for playing in a role that made him money.
And a lot of money at that.
A lot of money. Everyone's saying, oh, he was a gay vampire. He can't play Batman. Heath Ledger was a gay cowboy.
That's true.
And he played the Joker. Very well, mind you.
Still my favorite.
So, I mean, you kind of got to look past certain things. I mean, it's just like, if that's how you want to say it, Jake Gyllenhaal also played a gay cowboy, and he played a kick-ass Mysterio, who I simp the hell out of. I believe I texted you that the other day when your friend said, I simp the hell out of Mysterio.
Yeah, you do.
But Jake Gyllenhaal played him very well. I mean, I don't know. I'm interested in seeing where this Batman movie is going to go, because that trailer was dark. I mean, that trailer was very, very dark, and I did like
all for it.
Oh, I did like the, I'm vengeance. I love that. Because I was sitting there, when I watched that show the first time, I was like, I'm Batman. And he says, I'm vengeance. I was like, hold up. But no, I posted something on the page the other day. It was telling everyone to go check out superhero stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking, and Serena said no. Before I tell you what I found that I really want. But it was, because they have a bunch of cool stuff. They have hoodies, which BT Dubs, they're not paying us to say this. I'm just saying this because their website's pretty awesome. But they have, hats, rings. You can get a whole set of lantern core rings for every lantern. They have baby clothes, all that. But they have a necklace that, like I said, Serena said no. And I think I might get it anyways. It's a necklace, and it's the Eye of Agamotto.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
And it's got a little green gem in it. Oh, I'll wear it outside and be like, sorry, time stone, bitch. I mean, but she said no. Just like she said no to me getting a Captain America shield. Fully metal with leather straps that I can put in the office. Can you imagine this, Jeff? Okay? When we get cameras in there, okay? You see the pops on the wall. Wouldn't it be cool to also in the back see a Captain America shield hanging on the wall?
I'm not getting in the middle of this. Don't drag me into this.
See, here's the thing. You're my friend. You're supposed to say, yeah, Josh, that would be very cool. And then look at her when she goes, no, it won't, and sorry, I mean...
We have some other cool stuff coming for the office. We got, one of our friends is going to make us some paintings.
Oh, yeah.
And then, what, you're getting...
Yeah, my dad's going to make us the Justice League logo out of brushed stainless steel.
That's going to be cool to have as a backdrop.
Oh, yeah. It would be very cool to have. So, once we get that made and put up on the wall... We'll have a bunch of other cool stuff coming. I mean, I'm gonna hang up all my pops, I'm gonna hang up the posters. I really would like to get and they're a lot of money, so I'd have to get them eventually. But there's a website that makes Batman cowls, like rubber, like leather Batman cowls, and they look really cool. I would love to get a couple like a Batfleck cowl or something like that. Mm-hmm. And get one of those like styrofoam heads and slap it on there and just have it sit there. But I do know that hopefully we can eventually make this a full-time thing.
Yeah.
To where, we don't have to work. All we have to do is once a week talk about this stuff. And then, eventually we can go...
Heck, I'd love to do it more than once a week.
Yeah. But we can go to cons and all that, and we can get paid for it. The goal is to eventually get studio space.
Yeah.
So that way we're not working out of the office at my house. We have our own place set up to where we can just go and do it. And there will be more pictures coming on the Instagram as the office progresses.
Yeah. I'll be sure to throw those up whenever we get there.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the office pretty much. The goal is I'm gonna build shelves to put all the Funko Pops on there, because I have to put one on display. Well, really, I gotta put them all on display. My lovely girlfriend, who I love so much, for our 1 year, got me the pink breast cancer awareness Batgirl that I thought I didn't think I'd find it. We went to Target to look at frames for the posters for The Office. Mm-hmm. And I saw it and I was like, oh, I need this. And she's like, no. And I was like, okay. So we left. She got me that and the Jim Carrey Riddler.
Jim Carrey, always a good choice.
Jim Carrey is always a good choice. But
if we're getting stuff, I just want the question mark cane.
You can get that at Spirit Halloween.
That's all I want.
For $15. I think you have to put it together. But you can. I'm thinking about if we do get that, mounting it.
No, I want it for me. Not fuck the office. I want that for me.
Okay, then get you one, and I'm gonna get one and mount it. Okay. Dang.
I was about to say, I gotta learn to do all those tricks that he learned to do with it in the movie.
Oh, that...
Where he, slides it across his shoulders into his other hand. Oh, God.
Jim Carrey was so good for that role. Ridiculously good. To the point where it was more of... I hate that he hasn't been looked at for that role again.
He should. I'd put him in anything and I'll watch it.
In anything. Did you ever see, I think it was number 23?
Yeah, I watched it
a long time ago.
I've
so
seen
good.
It a couple times.
That was good. It was different for Jim Carrey, because he's usually funny, comedic, Ace Ventura, all that. But he was like a serial killer in that. That was a little shocking to see. But I loved it. And he kind of did go a little nuts for a minute after playing, who was it? Andy Kaufman, I think. I think that's who he played. I can't remember. But, he stopped acting for a little while, did a lot of painting. The dude's an amazing artist. Mm-hmm. Great painter. But now he was in Sonic. Oh,
God, yeah.
God, that movie was so good. I remember when we first started talking about doing this, I think that was going to be one of the first topics, was Sonic.
Oh, God, I love that movie.
I cannot wait for the second one. Serena showed me the first Sonic, because I honestly didn't think I was going to watch it. Because Sonic's never really been my thing. That's my buddy Jay Sean, who we will have on this podcast.
All right.
I told him about this one, I think it was before I brought you in on it. I think I told him first, because I knew he liked Sonic and comic books and all that. He was like, yeah, when I'm in town and you guys record, let me know and I'll come by. I was like, sweet. He's the Sonic guy.
We'll have to have him on and talk about it then.
Oh, yeah. But she showed me that movie and it was so good.
Speaking of Jim Carrey, I saw a video the other day. I think it was a Watch Mojo video. But it was it was a bunch of Jim Carrey ad-libs. Mm-hmm. And what was so in Sonic, that little dancing scene that he does?
Yeah,
literally the whole dance scene is just him. It's Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey.
That movie was Jim Carrey being the most Jim Carrey.
The most Carrey of Jims, yes.
It was good, and I think it came out at about the right time.
I remember, what was some of my other favorite ad-libs from Jim Carrey that were in that? They had in Ace Ventura 2, when he's singing the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang theme song, just, it was not in the script, and he just did it.
I mean,
and the fact that whoever he was in that car with didn't break character and let him use it, it made the movie so much better.
Oh, it made the movie so much better. I mean...
And then I think the number one was in the Grinch, when he pulls the tablecloth.
You're talking about when he's I think he was looking for something to wear. That shit I'm not going.
Yeah, like so he pulls the tablecloth and like he just magically like pulls it out with nothing falling. In the script, he was supposed to pull it and everything else off with it falling, and he just did it when they filmed it.
Did it.
He just did the magic trick.
You know
and and I guess whenever he heard that nothing fell, that was when he ran back and just pushed off.
Yeah.
And my God,
does
that make that so much funnier?
Everything with Jim Carrey is like, did you ever see Eternal Sunshine?
I don't think I've seen that one.
It was good, but it was a little depressing. I think that's one of like 2 Jim Carrey movies that are depressing as hell. Other than that, that man, he never has to work again.
He could live comfortably off of his In Living Color reruns.
Oh yeah, but you saying
he was still funny as like the token white guy in that thing.
Yeah, but you saying that, it just reminded me of Did you ever see that video of I think they're doing I think it was when Endgame or something like that came out. They're doing interviews with the cast of the Avengers. And they're like, have you ever taken anything from set? And was like, no, I haven't. Robert Downey Jr.'s like, there was an Avengers A in front of the building for Age of Ultron. I was like, what are you going to do with this? And they're like, I don't know, we're probably just going to toss it out. He's like, send it to my office. And he just goes, I have it. That is why I'm 100% convinced Robert Downey Jr. isn't playing Tony Stark.
He is.
He is Tony Stark. He's playing, he's just, they're like, hey, be yourself. And he's like,
Okay.
And he just is.
I believe it. Like I don't even see that role ever going to someone else now.
No.
It's just like Hugh Jackman with Wolverine. Like it's just so synonymous.
It's kind of like I was at one point where they said someone was talking about Shia LaBeouf being Wolverine. I was like, no. It's just like they're talking about. I think they
not for Wolverine. I could see him playing somebody, but not Wolverine.
Apparently, he's going to play Iceman.
Because I could see that.
I think
he just doesn't fit Wolverine to me.
I think they're
honestly,
already doing
I don't know who they get to play Wolverine other than Hugh Jackman.
Well, they've talked about
like the man doesn't age. Like let him just play it until he.
But they were talking at one point. It was going to be Henry Cavill. I think he was in talks, and everyone else was like, he's Superman and he's The Witcher. Don't do this to him.
I'd rather have Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, and then at one point it was Daniel Radcliffe.
I'd still rather have Hugh Jackman.
100%. I mean, I'm sorry. I like Harry Potter all day long.
Give me some of that Hugh Jackman right there. Just he needs to stay Wolverine.
I like Harry Potter all day long, but I do not need to see Harry Potter with blades coming out of his hands and him like smoking cigarettes. No, screw that.
It's like, where's your magic now?
Yeah. Go ahead and shoot me. I come back, bitch. But like, I don't
know. Avada Kedavra, Avada Stabba.
I did like I saw a picture on Facebook that had it said, do Marvel fans want Wolverine to come into Captain Marvel 2? And someone's like, I didn't know Marvel fans wanted Captain Marvel 2.
I'd be curious to see what they do with that movie if it has more like Sam Jackson and more like sword action going on there. That'd be kind of nice.
I hope it does. And everyone on my personal Facebook, they give me crap because I don't like Brie Larson at all. And I remember someone was like, you just don't like female superheroes. No. I love Gamora.
I love Gal Gadot. Like, that's...
Yeah, I love Wonder Woman, Batgirl, all of them. And if Captain Marvel is played by anybody else other than Brie Larson, I wouldn't have a problem. Here's my problem with Brie Larson.
Well, the thing with like Captain Marvel is it's like a mantle. Like it's not just a person. It's a Like it can go from person to person, and I think they set it up where what's her name? The was it Monica Rambeau? Mm-hmm. In the they set it up where she's going to eventually take it over,
and that would be great. And I would not have a problem with that. Brie Larson plays that character way too. You know who Brie Larson? What her Captain Marvel is? She's that coworker you have that says they're so good at everything, And that's the only thing they talk about. Because that part in Endgame, that's the one part of that movie I don't like. When she's like, I'll be back, and she just leaves like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm going to go kill Thanos, and just walks out. It's like, don't flex your dick, okay? Don't sit there and act like you're hot shit. You've been in 2 movies. You've been in 1 movie. We don't need you here, Cap. If it was anyone else other than Brie Larson, I'd be fine with it. Brie Larson she's not a good actress.
I will say that scene where they had the I'm Just a Girl playing and she was just like kicking ass.
Yeah.
Like that, I love that scene.
Oh, yeah.
Give me more of that.
But I don't like her dialogue in it. Her dialogue is just
I don't know if
trying too hard to be hot shit. You know what I mean?
I don't know if it's like her or if it's the writing. Because like some of the writing felt a little off.
Yeah,
but also like even though that we know she's human, she doesn't know she's human.
Yeah.
So when things sound weird, it's because aliens.
Yeah, aliens.
So there's a lot of that you have to take into consideration that she's not human per se. All she knows is Kree. It's not necessarily.
I really do get that, but I mean, I'm not gonna say that I'll never watch that movie again.
Also, Stan Lee reading the Mallrats script. Oh God,
that. I love that so much because that answers a great question. Kevin Smith exists in that universe, and there is a chance.
Silent Bob exists in that universe.
Thank you. There's a chance that Tony Stark has sat there on his couch and he sat there and just went, $15, little man, and just sang along with it. But here's my thing. I'm not going to say that I won't watch that movie again because there is a chance that, because I do want to, for this channel, I want to go back and watch all the Marvel movies and review them, like one by one, even if it's, one per episode, not doing like an in-depth review.
I mean, we don't even have to do that as like an episode. We could just like do that and just have it as like its own standalone video. Which
we might have to do like a side, like do these for one, and have just a whole nother,
Yeah,
a whole nother video.
They could be its own series. We can go back and watch them one by one, just talk about it.
But I didn't like Jude Law as the bad guy either, because I love Jude Law. I loved him as Dumbledore. I loved him as Watson. I loved him in everything I've seen him as. Him as a bad guy, I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it much.
I thought that was actually one of the things that I liked was that twist on you think that it's one thing the whole movie, and then you finally meet the bad guy, and they're like, "Look, we're just trying to like chill out over here," and like they're like all up in our business, and you're like, "Wait a minute."
It's kind of like I was reading because I'm a D&D guy. Mm-hmm. I do love D&D. I read on Facebook or iFunny or something like that. Someone was telling their campaign story, and it was very good because to write a D&D campaign, you have to be very creative.
Yeah,
and so they're telling the story about the heroes are found in a trash can or something like that, and some dude comes out and saves them, and he tells them, "I'm on this quest," and they go through with this quest. And he helps them out through the whole thing, like healing them or saving their lives and listening to their dumb ideas. And they said, and I think the most beautiful part about this, because me, I like beautiful writing. I think what hit hard, and it's kind of what you said, which is, you don't know who the villain is until you just see it. They said that they went to where, I think they're supposed to fight the Dark King. Mm-hmm. He was, big ass dude, big at black armor, like Soren. And they said that when they got to the castle or to the room, the guy that found them, the one that's been their friend, did like a sigh, and he walks into the room, and his armor turns black. And they wrote down, they said they looked at the face of the enemy and saw the eyes of a friend. And I was like, oh, that is so good and beautiful. It reminded me of Revenge of the Sith.
You are my brother, Anakin.
I loved you. What I love about that movie, too, is I think you have to slow it down to see it. But after Obi-Wan chops off his legs and arm and he slides down,
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever looked at Anakin's face?
It's been so long.
His eyes go from like his blue, and you can see them turn like the Sith eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is so... It was very beautifully done to where... Because his eyes the entire time, because Sith have those eyes.
Yeah.
They're like the red, the yellow, and like Maul had them, Sidious had them. Anakin didn't get his until after that fight. Which is kind of like, okay, he could have been saved through this whole thing. But Obi-Wan slicing him up, I guess he saw that as a betrayal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is so beautiful. Next time you watch that movie, you need look for that. It's right.
I mean, one of my favorite things that they did in that movie was the last conversation that Obi-Wan and Anakin have before
that duel.
Before the duel on Mustafar. You see Obi-Wan in light, and you see Anakin in like the shadows of whatever he's like that little shuttle bus or whatever he's in. And you see consistently where they portray Anakin as like being like at one point he'll talk about something and he'll be like lit up from like the sunlight, and then there'll be other times where he's like in the shadows talking about stuff, and
it's kind
so when he finds out that Padme is pregnant. Like, they have that whole conversation in the shadows. Mm-hmm. And I thought that work of light and darkness was so beautifully done.
What I liked...
To portray what everyone knew was coming.
Oh, yeah.
But just to still be able to put that kind of build-up in something that you already know is going to happen was just so good.
What I liked in Clone Wars, which if you've never seen any of the Star Wars movies and you watch the Clone Wars, you, in a sense, know what's going to happen. But they showed you Darth Vader in Clone Wars. Because they went to some planet. I can't remember what it was. I have to go back and rewatch it because I haven't watched that show in forever. But I think it's like the Sith planet or something like that. Mm-hmm. And Anakin's like surrounded by like smoke. And they're telling him all this stuff, you'll be betrayed by a friend, all that stuff, And he's freaking out and he hits his knees and the smoke comes up and it's Vader's helmet. And you hear the breath, and I was like, oh, they told you. Which, I mean, we know that. We know Anakin's Darth Vader. But if you've never seen a Star Wars movie, and you don't know who Darth Vader is, if you're going into it blind, which I envy you if you're going into that blind.
I mean, we've all had that moment.
I wish I could rewatch Star Wars and not know what's about to happen. Just like, I really wish I could rewatch the entire Marvel Universe and not know what's about to happen.
See, I don't know which would be better. Being able to watch episodes 1 through 3 to see that kid who's supposed to bring balance to the Force turn into Vader, or not knowing that he's Vader and watching 4, 5, and 6 and getting that plot twist in Empire Strikes Back.
Which...
Oh, no, I'm your father.
Which, I don't know which one I'd rather like either. I wish I could do them both. I wish I could watch all 3 and then watch 4, 5, and 6 blindly. And then I wish I could do it the other way. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like, I wish I could watch Guardians 2 again without knowing what happens to Yondu.
You mean Mary Poppins, yeah.
Yes, because me and Serena watched it the other day. And when Yondu dies, she's like looking up at me. I was like, it's emotional, okay? He was Mary Poppins, y'all. It was...
that when he said, he may be your father, but he ain't your daddy, boy. Oh, my God. Gets me every time.
What gets me every time is the... And I do like it. It's not exactly a, oh, my God. It's like a, okay. It's when Ego's got those light things through Peter, and Yondu's getting crushed by the rocks. So, I don't use my head to fly the arrow. I use my heart. And then you hear Fleetwood Mac playing. And I was like, oh, and Pac-Man. That is still the fun. I'm gonna make some weird shit because I can't say I wouldn't either.
I was about to say that movie was just so well done.
Oh, all the Guardians movies are so well done.
I cannot wait for the third one.
Neither can I. And I did you hear that they said in Thor, Love and Thunder, Star-Lord's coming back. Oh, Which it doesn't shock me because
We're getting the Asgardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're getting Thor's already with them, and which if they sit there, Thor's gonna be in Guardians 3. Okay, yeah, now you're kind of just telling us shit we already know.
Yeah.
That's like saying Batman's coming back for Justice League. You don't say.
Really?
Huh. But I am...
It's not like he owns the building or anything.
Exactly, right? That is one of the funniest parts, though, from the Justice League. With the, how'd you get the house back from the bank? I bought the bank. And he's just like... You see Superman like...
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, really?
Screw the rules. I have money.
But no, we did a lot of good topics today, man.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff. We're going to have our first guest on next week. One of my friends, at MarvelousRachel on Instagram. I know she's got a TikTok. I don't know if it's the same name. She does a lot of cosplays, and she's real big into Marvel, as is the name.
Yeah.
She's also a really big fan of The Boys, so you'll definitely have to finish that.
I definitely have to. I've been meaning to.
We'll talk about that. And then we're going to do like a little interview with her. Just kind of talk about, like some of the things that she does and like preparing for cons and like getting all of her stuff ready.
Right.
So we'll talk about the first half of Mando with her. We'll talk about The Boys, and then we'll kind of just talk about like what's going on with her life, what she's got going on coming up. It's going to be fun. And
then I think after that it's pretty much
I'm about to say
business as usual. I mean,
we'll have to figure something out. See what's obviously we'll be talking about Mando every week as it comes out.
Yep, until the unfortunate day when the season's done and we have to wait a whole year.
God rest our souls.
God rest our souls. But good thing is we got WandaVision coming in January, so
yeah, we'll have something to talk about because we got WandaVision, and then by that time we should start getting stuff like Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, she's a huge Black Widow fan. So we'll have. I'll be sure to put some pictures in the video so everybody can kind of see what's up with her. Be sure to go follow her on Instagram and TikTok, and we'll have fun having her here just to talk with somebody else so you get some more opinions on things. It'll be fun.
Oh yeah. Well,
I'm about to say, make sure to get those questions in. We kind of had our own for this one with the Fantastic Four casting because I wanted to talk about my little theory for the Fantastic Four,
which you hit me with at like 2 a.m.
and blow this man's mind.
My mind was blown. Look at the wall; it's right there. But
you get what you fucking deserve.
Exactly. But no, post questions on the page, and we'll
anywhere really. Just any of the Instagram posts, Facebook page.
If
under either of the videos, and if we see them, we'll get to them, and we'll kind of pick some good ones, and we'll talk about them. Make sure we may not have time to get to one next week with the interview, but we'll try.
Oh yeah, well,
give you a couple more weeks to get some in, so that way we can answer what you guys want to hear.
Oh yeah, I mean, if he doesn't see him, I'll show him the questions. If I don't see him, he'll see it. Well, one of us will
find it.
Yeah, we'll get the questions figured out. But until next time, adios.
See ya.